What's up, guys? I want to bring you all a quick update on GMT coin or Stepn. Guys, it's just completely been pulverized, right, with the rest of the crypto markets as Bitcoin has went back below 30K. We've had ETH stay well below 2K. Just the whole crypto markets right now, super volatile. We got a lot going on in the crypto space as a whole. So in this video, I'm just going to bring you guys a very quick short update on Stepn or GMT coin, as it has dumped down to a support level that I've had in here for quite some time. So let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. Of course, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, smash the like button. If you're new here, you're in the right place. We love crypto. Check out the links in the description after you watch the video, and we're going to dive right on into the GMT coin chart, guys. When it comes to GMT coin or Stepn, we have hit some pretty good targets, guys. I was analyzing this way back here in the price action when we were consolidating here. We hit this target beautifully at this resistance. Since then, though, the price of GMT coin has absolutely been pulverized here. We fell down all the way back to some previous resistance, and this is what we're going to look at in this video. So that resistance that I am talking about is from back here in the price action, right before GMT coin or Stepn just went parabolic. That resistance is right here at my trend line at approximately 80 to 83 cents, 80, 85 cents or so. And you can see back here, it's where we wicked down to. Anywhere in between 80 to 90 cents there was that wick. And now look at where the price of GMT coin has recently fell down to and caught a slight bounce. We are catching a slight bounce off of this previous resistance, which could turn as support here. We've already managed to hold as support once, and then we bounced up, got rejected by our EMA, and we've dumped back down to test that support once again. So if we can manage to hold the support for a second time here on the 4-hour time frame for GMT coin or Stepn, guys, it looks like we could be putting in a nice double bottom action here if we manage to hold that support near that 80-cent price. Now, before we get too carried away, let's take a look at Stepn or GMT coin on the daily time frame, and you can see what happened here. We broke out beautifully out of this wedge pattern. So I'm going to quickly throw in the price target of this just to see where this is supposed to get us, whether or not we've reached the target yet or not. Keep in mind, this is not financial or investment advice, guys. This is strictly just my opinion of what I think is happening in the markets. Take this with a grain of salt and do your own research, invest at your own risk. Now, if you look at this target, technically, guys, no matter where you put it at, technically we should go a little bit lower. Technically on the daily, the target is pointing for Stepn or GMT coin to come on down to about 65 cents. So far, we've managed to bounce at 83 cents perfectly at my trend line of support. So with that being said, this could be all we needed to go to. We'll drop it down to the short term here in just a second. Now, something else I want to point out, something that is actually a good thing. Stepn or GMT coin is trying to bounce off the LSMA moving average right here in blue on the daily. If we can manage to hold above this EMA on the daily, you can see it's trying to. If we can manage to hold above it, that should help carry the price up also. But if we break below it, we should likely see Stepn come on down to that 50 or 60 to 65 cent range, which would align us with this target of this breakout. So a little bit lower to go for Stepn is absolutely possible, guys. So take caution with this. However, once we get a bounce in for Stepn, a very nice recovery should come into play. So guys, take all of this bearish price action as a wonderful opportunity here. Obviously, we have lost, right? There might be some people that have sold and actually lost. But if you haven't sold anything, then technically you have not lost anything yet, guys. You're still holding, which means you haven't lost nothing but unrealized gains. And guess what? All those gains can come back tenfold once again, as long as you don't sell. Because if you sell at a loss, then you secure that loss, right? You secure that loss. Same if you sell at a profit, you secure the profit. But we don't want to secure losses. We only want to secure profits. Now, on the way back up, I do want to point out a couple of just areas where Stepn or GMT coin will most likely catch some resistance. The most likely areas that we will see resistance coming up. So about $1.15 here will likely show some resistance, and around $1.50 to $1.60 will be some resistance here coming up. Also $2.05, $2.05, definitely major resistance there from all this previous support from back here. And then moving on up, of course, once we get into that, we'll talk about other areas of resistance and pullbacks. But we should see Stepn or GMT coin start to form a little bit of a reversal, even if, like I said, we see a little bit lower to go, down around 60 to 65 cents. But let's drop it to the short term real quick to analyze what's happening there. All right, so when we drop Stepn or GMT coin down here on the 5-minute, honestly, we could even put it on the 15-minute. But either way, you can see that we've been in a nice falling channel. But however, looking at it on the 5-minute, you can see we've traded out above that downtrend resistance level from this falling channel. And another thing to point out on the 5-minute is the fact that you are trading above, nicely above, the LSMA average, moving average in blue. Of course, you do have the 50 EMA and the 200 EMAs coming up here respectively at about 97 cents, 95 cents to $1, and then the 200 EMA coming up at around $1.15. But it looks like to me that Stepn or GMT coin is actually trying to manage some support here and possibly get in a nice little push and reversal relief rally up to the upside, possibly to come up and test some of these EMAs and some of these previous areas of support and resistance near $1.15, $1.20, which would be a nice move for Stepn GMT coin as it is trading currently at 87 cents. Once again, guys, just be prepared for the upside or the downside, right? Also on the 5-minute, something I'm noticing here is this little pattern forming a nice descending wedge, which is on the extreme short term. We are on the 5-minute, so keep that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes these technicals on the shorter terms don't play out as nicely as the technicals on the longer term time frames. But if we look at the target to the upside, if Stepn GMT coin were to break to the upside, put you in a nice target of around that 97 cents, 97, 98 cent resistance that I mentioned at the 50 EMA. If we pull this to the downside, if Stepn GMT coin does break to the downside out of this, then that's going to get us a nice retest, it looks like, of that support line, right? Our support line from our falling channel. I took off the resistance from the falling channel on the 5-minute just so that you could see this wedge pattern better. But if we pull this on down, if we pull our support on down, you can see that that would get us to come on down closely to test that support, possibly even come all the way down to test it once we go bearish. But if you look at the pattern forming here, it is looking very nice as you are putting in these little sort of ups and downs, and you almost have potentially a little reversal trying to play out on the short term. And that target to the downside is going to put you around the 75-cent mark. So what do you guys think? Will Stepn or GMT coin go to the upside or to the downside from here? Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget on the way out to smash up the likes. It really helps and it's greatly appreciated. And of course, join our community. We're a fast growing and awesome cryptocurrency community. If you love crypto, you're in the right place. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and we should see you in the next one.